we've got Nobe. Is that how you say that one? Nobe? 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 No. I think it's just Nobe. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Let me check if that's actually the bracket, but I was pretty sure I was playing the winner of that one. Why can I not find... Oh, it's in admin. That makes more sense. Is it? Is it just in... Is it pinned in Top Cut? That makes it so much easier. There we go. Okay, here's our bracket. Yep, so I am playing Fabulousing. Next round. So you'll probably get to see me lose on stream. But let's get Tootin' Carnage. Oh, yes. Or, sorry, Moosemandudes. This is a classic. So let's do our compare quick, and we'll see if they're close to ready. Oops. So this is... Oh, hey. No, you're on here. Sorry, did I say that right? Both are good? Okay, good to know. I will probably say 7 different ways of doing it before the end of the night, because that's how it's going. Good luck, though. Excited to see match number 2. So we've got Sukbit, the Metal Mind of Scare, a Winds of Exchange deck with Diplomats, 15 expected, or 30 expected Amber, 15 Amber pips, lots of creature control. We've got some artifact control. Double pipped and a damage pip. Mars needs Amber. I might love this deck. Double Rebel with a mix the Tall Mind. So this Mars is just filthy. Yeah, not too many tokenized cards. Very low on the token generation, but triple Puzzling Trinket is where a lot of those pips are coming from, which is just super fun too. Puzzling Trinket. Also a Antiquities dealer. So we've got a War Chest again. And Lash of Broken Dreams, which is pretty cool. And then we've got just some Brobnar, big things that want to fight. Good stuff there. We do have the one Shock Herder to get them up and fighting. This looks nasty. This Mars is so scary with the double Mars needs Amber because there's a lot of damage pips, and these Puzzling Trinkets mean all of those Amber pips can also be damage pips. So this would be scary. Good news for Moosemandude is this deck doesn't care about playing creatures. It's going to kill them all itself. Blitzler is also a classic KAGI deck. Triple Gateway, double Skixuno, double Gambling Den Pincerator, double Reclaimed with a Fangtooth. So we do have one auction off, which is not enough to deal with what this deck is doing artifact-wise. Very fun deck, but also very, very tricky deck to play. It's got a lot of... You got to be careful with it. So, okay, looks like they got the game up. So let's head over there now, but should be exciting. They are still talking, but we're going to move over to match number 2 for the night. Let me update my stream. Try and be a real streamer here. Get it? I think I got it. Yep. Sure thing. I'm glad you all are here. This is, yeah, it's so much fun. Love doing this. And, yeah. I'll just say that for now. But I love doing casting like this. And I love adaptive because you just get to see crazy decks like what we're about to see here. This should be a really interesting matchup. Yeah, I can't call it, but there's probably not going to be much on the board through most of the game. Lots of creature control, although you do have to be careful because those gateways just remove, or they give you the chains too. So let's get back to full screen and we'll get started. So we got Moosemandude on the top, and then Nobe on the bottom going first. So the Woe deck will be going first. Kind of wonder, I don't think this is one that really wants to go first. Whereas Blitzler, I don't know that either one care too much. Early Vandalize can do some stuff. Early Fangtooth too. Yeah, double header. Welcome in, Sloppy Lab Work. Did we just exchange quick draw for you? Or have you been here? Quick draw had to leave for something more important. A little bit of connection issues. TCO has been having issues. If you've been watching any of my streams the last couple weeks, there's been some rough stuff. Unfortunately, my game against Atlantis, we were not able to stream in the end, which is really rough, but hopefully they get it sorted out here tonight. Hey, if he's not here anymore, you can say whatever you want. Yeah, that would be really interesting too in Carnage, because then you kind of have to decide what's worth holding. And if someone discards too many of their board clears, and then the other person just starts making a board, it gets real dicey real fast too, so. Oh, he's still here. Crap. He never actually said it, right, Quick Draw? He's just saying he's not going to say. Let's see. So Moosemandude still having some connection stuff. Maybe just trying to refresh. They might just have that thing where you can't see all the cards right away. But got the puzzling trinket coming down for Nobe right away. Again, there are 3 of them in the deck, so not very surprising to see that early on. I feel like maybe I'm more zoomed out than normal. Maybe should zoom in one row or something. Let me see about that. Yeah, that's better. All right, so we've got the double pipped gambling den coming down and the pincerator, so the death to everything has begun. And now we've got Vandalize hitting a Ironics Rebel there. All right, it's already pretty big burst, but is gonna play the shoulder it out. Uh-oh. Are they back? They're back. That's a scary message. Moose would hold the wipes. Okay. So they didn't have any amber anyways, right? Yeah. No amber to lose there, so you might as well just gamble. We'll see if Moosemandude just goes for the... Whoa. Oh yeah, nothing to steal again, so Fire Spitter killing that off, not a big deal. But we'll see if Moosemandude... Oh, can't get the check now because of the Bumpsy taking him down, so they're not going to be able to get the Gambling Den key. That is something you're going to have to watch out for this whole game, really, because these Gambling Dens get crazy. As a rough hit off the Vandalize, though, losing the Ironics Rebel is probably not what this deck wants. Especially when you have things like Kaboom and stuff, too. You can even use your whole Mars board, then pick it up to save it from Moosemandude's board clears. Gambles on Dis and doesn't get it, so losing 2 more there. Could also be a really long game if they just keep gambling and losing. But we'll see. I can't get mad at a Gambling Den deck, especially one that has 2 of them. Blitz is slow by default. What's an extra chair? 5. Does reclaim the Pincerator. Interesting. Chain. That makes more sense. Huh, so reclaiming his own Pincerator. Also gets one of the puzzling trinkets. So we could actually see all the puzzling trinkets go down at some point in this game, because there are 2 reclaimed in here. Just getting the, I guess you don't really need... Pincerator actually probably works against you because of the 2 Mars needs Ambers. It makes it even worse to play any creatures. But in this case, the Brobnar just takes care of the 1 creature on the board anyways. Nope did gain 2 Amber off of the puzzling trinket there on the top, so getting some off the Gambling Den. There's a gateway number 1. I should have, if I was better at streaming, again, I would have like a ticker or like a chat command, like add 1 gateway. Just see how many of them get played in these games. One day, guys. We'll be there. Okay, we got the Ironics Rebel. Just gonna get some reaping with the Proliferator. Going to 6 here. We do have the Rabble off on the board, so any kind of board wipe does take Nobe off key. And Revolution, it's kind of a weird one, but yeah. If you're not making Mars tokens, it's not really that effective of a upgrade. Moosemandude getting back in the Amber game with the Gambling Den, getting 2 there, so you know, a little bit of a boost. We do see the Bumblebird coming down, and then the Fangtooth is going to kill the Bumblebird instead of the Brabble. So getting to check, but giving up the key there. If you had just not played the Bumblebird, Brabble would have died, but I guess you go to check by playing the Bumblebird, so tough call there. But I think if you're Moosemandude, you're probably more on the I just need to outrace. And there they get the easy kill off of the Brabble, only losing 1 amber instead of the 3, and then bursting up to 3 with the Smith. Thank you. I've learned from the best. Seriously, if you don't all follow Lavina's Twitch, so much fun. His October spooky stream of just like nonstop horror games was a blast. It was so much fun. And then now backyard baseball. It's good stuff. All right, so we got the puzzling trinket number 2 down. Auction off. This is actually a tough call, but is going to hit one of the Gambling Dens, so doesn't want to get that Gambling Den perfection engine going, even though both players can benefit off that. There's more fun when there's just one Gambling Den, right? Because then you can't cheese the system. You want to keep some risk in it, right? Now there's still risk. Moosemandude though, getting 2 off of the Call of Untamed there, so still going for it. This is the other thing. We'll have to count how many artifacts get purged in this eventually. We still have another reclaim coming from Moosemandude. Taking their time on this play though. Probably a big question on whether or not you start making more or putting more creatures on the board. Because we haven't seen either of those Mars needs Amber yet. You do have the puzzling trinket back down, so any creatures you put on the board can become a huge liability. So it could just be like some stuff and then a Skixuno. Here's an Infernus. Breaks my heart, but you probably hit the Rebels or the auction off maybe. Smith is actually probably going to be pretty consistent. Yeah, so they do hit just the Amber pips there. This deck is not going to be planning on having many creatures on the board. There's the Skixuno, so that Smith is basically always live for Nobe. So that's probably the right call. I'd still be really tempted to hit at least one of those Rebels. Except there's not really much Resurgence, is there? There's no... Yeah, this is the wrong set for the Resurgence of Mars creatures. And it doesn't make many tokens, so you're not actually cycling through as fast as you can with some Winds of Exchange decks, although you could use the Puzzling Trinket to do that. We have our first token, I believe. Yeah. In which case, though, Smith is also not a huge threat, but it's a pip at least. And we have another Untamed call for 2 more, and Moosemandude getting the key there off of the Gambling Den. Just filthy. Having played only 2 cards, they still, yeah. These are not great odds that they would know what was there. But this is the Gambling Den life, right? You live or die by it. They might miss the next 8 in a row. We'll see. If there's no more Amber control, though, Nobe is going to have the chance to do the same. Slam the door on a key. or on your foot. Should be. What's the flavor text on this? There is no flavor text. That's a tragedy. Who do we talk to? I need to talk to somebody about that. Taking a long think about this turn though. Has the key, just did Skixuno play. Still haven't seen Mark of Dis, so there is possibility of just going back into Dis here. Mark of Dis into Brobnar, and then just blowing up. It's kind of not a super fast play, but if you're just planning on... Or you do the real Moosemandude thing, play 0 cards, let Fangtooth Cavern kill 1 creature, and guarantee your gambling den for next turn to get you to 2 amber. Oh, and Nobe misses it on the Mars call. Brutal. Ooh, that lash though. The Antiquities Dealer. I've rarely actually looked at the text of Antiquities Dealer. I just look at gain 2 if you control at least 1 artifact. Okay, so nothing too crazy, but bringing back something like Lash is pretty fun. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's interesting though, right? It's kind of feels like you're not advancing the game. Wait, they missed. Was there? Oh, the closed door made him draw. So Nobe actually had some nice nice play into that gambling den. We see the Relentless Creeper there now, so... Oh, that gets discarded though. So we see the Stirring Grave archiving in Furnace. We're going to see Nobe go to check here with the Brobnar Might Club. There's the discall again. Oh, there's 2 Relentless Creepers. Oh, this was the Stirring Grave. I thought this was the Relentless Creeper in the discard. My bad. It looks similar. It's another imp. Right, between that and that, like, that's an honest mistake. Anyways, Relentless Creeper is still on the top of the deck. We have the Infernus coming down to stop the key. It is going to die to the Fangtooth, but I think you actually don't mind that. You're probably hitting the closed door and press gang, yeah. Get rid of some of that interplay. We do see the Gateway coming down. That is Gateway number 2, not to be confused with Skixuno number 1 that we've had. And up to 3, and so now it is game over in 2 turns. Oh no, they actually played a few things there. This was archived, and this gave chain. So no, actually it should still be the Relentless Creeper on top. See, the Mars needs... Oh, the Gambling Den hit for the Mars needs Amber, so they get the key anyways. And now we've got the mix that's Tall-Minded. There's the Gambling Den for... yeah, for the Relentless Creeper, so still on top. So again, Moosemandude so practiced with this deck. Just very, very good at kind of using those chains to really maintain that Gambling Den pressure. Again, only the 1 artifact control means double Gambling Den is really hard to get them out of this cycle. We're going to see Trading Frenzy stops the key for a turn, but this again will just die to the Fangtooth. We do see the Ether Spider. So Ether Spider could come down. You'd have to have something else with it though. In Mars, what else could you have? If there's no creatures on the board, I don't think Ether Spider quite does enough. You needed it down before this was played. Yeah, and we see the Fangtooth kill. Gambling Den for 2. We do see the banner. There's the spider. This can actually be used as a capture. So if they get 1 more capture. Budgenator, welcome in. Sure thing. I'm pretty lucky that we were able to cover 2 of them. We do get the second capture. They did not though. Oh, there was no cards left in deck, right? They were at draw 0. And get to check themselves. So Gambling Den can't save you because the Amber goes on the Ether Spider. This is huge. This is awesome. All right. Nobe found a line here to possibly win this. Again, Fangtooth kills this in one turn, but that means Moosemandude does not have a way to deal with it, and Nobe gets game one. Holy cow. What a close game at the end there. That was awesome. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna rematch before I get to type anything. So in case you missed it, because that happened very quickly, Ether Spider came down, and then using the pips off of the puzzling trinket, Nobe was able to take Moosemandude off check, put it on the Ether Spider, and then Moosemandude could not get more Amber because the Ether Spider was down. So even though he knew exactly what to do on the Gambling Den, the Ether Spider took it, and then Nobe was able to have enough Amber to also get to check that turn, and Moosemandude had no answers, so was able to just close it out. Okay, so we've got swap decks here. Moosemandude still on the top, Nobe on the bottom, but decks are switched, so we'll see how Nobe handles Blitzler. It's a tough deck. Like you watch Moosemandude do it, and you're like, okay, I think I can abuse a gambling den, but it is much more tricky than you would expect. Which is why Moosemandude has been a staple of KAGI top cuts for a while. I don't know about Nobe. I know I've seen the name around a lot, but I don't know if how much they've been in KAGI. Maybe they've been around a lot. I'm not always good with the names. Moosemandude taking a quick dip out of the server and coming back, but we do have more Brobnar coming in. Gonna get some. Ooh, okay, so this is really interesting. One thing we didn't see last round was that press gang getting archived, and the fact that it has a pip on it means once you have your puzzling trinkets down. Oh, I don't think it matters in this matchup. In other matchups, it's really interesting. But you can use that Amber pip as a damage pip to get the kill to continuously archive the press gang. But because they're getting locked in here by the Mark of Dis, just choosing to play it for the Amber anyways, get some extra stuff down, and Shock Herder not really doing much. We do see the creatures kind of sticking to the board here, though, for Nobe. So this could be interesting if we see... Well, we don't have the trinkets down yet, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. Dude, gambling, of course, because you have to. Losing 2 Amber there off of the Equidon call. Nobe's first timer, awesome. Congrats to them for making it here, and we'll see what they can do against Moosemandude. Already off to a good start, right? So we got Mix the Tall-Minded with a damage pip. Okay, so we could still see a Mars Needs Amber here. It's not going to be for like huge value, but against this deck, getting it for 2 is probably about as good as you're going to get. There you go. Even just for 1, still fine. Ether Spider coming down 2. Oh, and I got the scoop up. Picking up the Shock Herder, which is great. And then the Bone Ithing. The Bone Ithing is actually kind of a tricky one to pick up. You might want to either never give that back or give it back pretty soon. Okay, got the Gateway. Some Amber being generated, but not quite getting to check, but is able to take Moosemandude off check with the steal off that Techno Fiend. Yeah. So still some chessy match going on here for the first key. Moosemandude has to gamble, reveals the puzzling trinket, loses 2. See, the Relentless Creeper is one of the interesting things with the Gambling Den too, because you can maybe keep going this and keep playing 1 card a turn and just keep getting that Relentless Creeper back. Well, no, because you'd still have to... It can change the math for like a turn or 2. All right, we got lots of artifacts coming down here. Double Trinket, Lash, and the War Chest. Possibly nothing else. There's the Recruiter. Okay. So we might start seeing some of those reclaims. There's the Fangtooth on top of the deck, but Nobe does lose 2 more Amber there off of that. And there's one of the reclaims hitting the lash. Okay, so going for the amber control over the trinkets. I mean, with 3 trinkets, it's probably not worth going for those anyways, and that amber control can be huge, especially in the late game like we just saw. That would have been another way for Nobe to find a victory last game. How much moose is he? All right, so we see the closed door. Moosemandude did not intentionally lose amber there, but could have to make the closed door even bigger. Choosing to just gain the amber, so not trying to give Nobe too much draw here, but it's still going to be... Oh no, it's nothing because of the cephaloist. Oh yeah, there we go. It's still going to be 1 draw, I think, right? I'd have to... Yeah, so it'd be 1 draw, but no steal because of the cephaloist. And we do see the trading frenzy too, but unlike last round, where we saw the capturing coming in too late for the steal, this one, it wouldn't have made a difference. Cephaloist being a... stopping at 4, or starting at 4, I guess. And more amber destroyed by the gambling dens. Game 2 will just never end here. Ooh. Something else we did not see in game 1 is the borrow. Borrow hitting a puzzling trinket there could be crazy with this deck. I don't even want to know what this deck can do with a borrowed puzzling trinket. That changes so much of your math. Because now you could just... Well, I mean, drawing still doesn't necessarily help you because it changes what's on top of your deck, right? So you all, greater minds than mine, can think about what Blitzler does with a puzzling trinket. Or we'll just see it this game. But I am excited to see this. This is going to make things real interesting. Jarl Sven comes down and does just fight off the taunter there with the shock herder. So shock herder comes down too. That means that the Bonithing is now back in hand, but there's no Keyforge, so that doesn't really matter. We just have a big board of Brobnar coming down. There's the Smith getting some extra burst. So again, Moosemandude possibly in check. But I imagine we see some kind of board clear. I guess a board clear here is a little bit scary because it does give them the Ember back off the Cephaloist. But I don't think you can leave this Brobnar much longer, especially with the War Chest down. They just get the Amber back and still gain a bunch more anyways. Untamed makes it seem like they're going to leave the Brobnar down, so... Okay, Lost in the Woods will do some stuff here. Probably throw in Volca and the Recruiter. Or Jarl and the Recruiter, probably. Damage on the Diplomat. But you're giving yourself the 2 Floomps back, probably, right? Yeah, that's a little bit sketchy, too. 10 Amber, though, is pretty big. Pretty big check. We'll see if Moosemandude gets the key off the... Oh, they can't because of the Pismire. So even if they guess right... They did guess right, too, but... Pismire makes the key cost +2, so I'm not going to get it this turn anyways. See what they can do. These are both, yep, non-Mars, so this could be another Mars needs Amber. Or a Rebel just to do some fighting. That's still some... Oh, there's the Mars needs Amber. Brutal. Good night. That is a card. I want that card. 3 Amber pips and a damage pip in a triple puzzling trinket deck. Like, that is just the Mars needs Amber. Yeah, it's a pretty big swing there from Moosemandude. Burst him back up. First key is going to go to Nobe, but looking kind of bleak here. Loses 2 Amber, still gets the key. Killing this again is going to put them to really check for key 2. Even past the gambling den, right? Because they'll be at 14. Forge for 6. Have 8 left. And we did see the Infernus get revealed, so that should be in hand now. And this is in the discard. So Actually, that is a ton of destroyed amber with the Infernus. -5 right there. Actually stops the key outside of the gambling den, so... Or, did we miss that? Am I off? I thought we saw the Infernus get revealed. Maybe they missed the Omega on that one. No. Huh. Interesting. Oh, that was that same turn, so now the Infernus is in hand. Never mind me. I can track game state. Don't worry about it. Okay, third puzzling trinket comes down. Oh, did they have a... If they had a pip, they could have drawn it because of the puzzling trinket. Ugh. This game. This is crazy. Chooses to auction off their own puzzling trinket here for the extra amber instead of removing Nobe's puzzling trinket. Very, very interesting there. Notably, does not reshuffle, so all that stuff is now going to be Infernus food. Which again is going to be a -5 amber if they go for the stuff that it looks like they're going to go for. Oh, goes for the closed door. Okay, so -4. That's fair. There's a gateway. Stirring Grave to probably get the Infernus back, although there's a pretty good chance Moosemandude flips here. Yeah, so archives the Infernus. And then just kills the creeper to the Fangtooth. Moosemandude having, I guess we don't know the stats, it might have been 100% there, but most likely 50-50 chance. Getting that key too, and then again, yeah, there's the kaboom gone. Rebel comes down. I mean, it's got... You'd probably have to think about it a little bit. But it's not a deck that necessarily cares quite so much about. I think you do something with the draws. Like if you borrow this really early, maybe you just try to draw like half your deck and then just sit with one card left and keep gambling down that card and do really kind of small like board clear turns every turn for a little bit. But yeah, it's hard to say. It'd be interesting though. Like I want to see if we go to game 3, I want to see Moosemandude steal this and see what see what they do with it. Chooses not to gambling den there. Yeah, it's... Yeah, the closed door, purging closed door is probably the better call than just being greedy and purging extra amber pips. Again, because we also saw how that can mess up your gambling den planning. We do have the shadows down with one of the Mars needs amber got purged, but the other one didn't. There's 2 in the deck, right? Yeah, only 1 is gone, so we could still see the second one. So this is still a little bit dicey. But if we do see that one come down, we know the Infernus got archived, so could just get purged right after that. And we've got the 2-pip scoop up right back in the discard, so that Infernus is still going to have some good value. Got an Equidon turn here. Moosemandude getting 2 off of the Brobnar call. Just can't stop this guy. Auctioning off the war chest, getting some extra amber, stopping the turn there. We do see the Bone I think get killed by the Pincerator. Nobe staying at... Nobe was at 5, right? Oh, Nobe was at 6. Where did I... Oh, there's capture here. Off of the auction off? Yeah. There's the second gambling den. Gambling den is super risky. Moosemandude could just win off of this now. If they guess right. Ah, it doesn't. But it's a wash, because you can just call Mars in the second one, go back up to 3. Again, playing these shadows creatures that are going to get damaged by the pincerator. Some Krogs, Fire Spitter. So the Brobnar Call probably means Noba's getting the key here, which is pretty big. Oh, the Smith, though. Oh, that's tough. Man, this is so tough because I also don't think that if we go to game 3, I don't think it's going to be high chains at all. Okay, so we get the Wash Gambling Den again, but still forging here. I have to deal with this check. We do still have the Infernus, so we're probably going to see that here. Brabble comes down. Also pretty decent against this. Brobnar. Okay, so gonna wipe the board before the rest of this stuff comes down. I mean, here you're probably just trying to hit as much amber as possible. Moosemandude shouldn't know what's on top, but again, if you just guess right. Okay, it does not guess right, so the game continues. It's just so scary, though. If they guess right, even at 2 amber, they just burst up to 4 and win. The double gambling den is crazy. But we also, have we seen any of the reclaims yet? Oh, we've seen one. Oh yeah, that was pretty early on, I guess. But second reclaim hitting the second gambling den could be pretty big. Sit at 2 and pass. Yeah, because you know what it is, right? That is just check, essentially. Moosemandude also knowing this deck, though, like, what other options does Nobe have to stop this key? You have the Puzzling Trinket. You'd need another creature and then a pip to get a capture. One capture, though, off the Puzzling Trinket does stop the key. But you have to have, yeah, a creature and a pip. Nobe here, though, is on a 50-50 to also just burst up for 4, which is sadly one short of getting the key. JT, are you also playing your game after this? I saw rumors that there was a third game. You and JDG. Does not skip the turn, though. Choose to play some Mars stuff out. Ah, okay. So going up to 4 here, and then Nobe is going to burst up to 5, hitting the gambling, or the vandalize on the guess. Yeah, it was probably, I mean, I just assumed, somebody had said it, and so I thought they had already, like, ended their turn, and they were just waiting to decide what house to call, so that was me over-speculating. Do you get the Reclaim by Nature here, hitting the second gambling den, so stopping the potential of the 4 hit, going up to 8 amber. Moosemandude misses it, but we do have the mix down on the board, so that is going to be some tax, so you don't need to find too much to stop the key, and we do have a flip here too, so Nobe does not have a good idea of what's on top. And we know the Mars needs amber is coming, so Nobe also needs to remove these from the board immediately. Because that will be in hand next turn. Got some pips coming from the Brobnar. Could use some of these for capture. I guess these will both be dead to Pincerator by the end of their next turn. Yep, Nobe did do that. It was more than just 2 untamed cards. That was also the reclaimed. So there's 3 untamed cards. But yeah, playing these 2 creatures out. Interesting call. But again, they're both going to be dead to the Pincerator. And this is, I mean, again, you're gambling here. Because that's what we're doing tonight, is gambling. The gambling den. I think it would have just been, they're still on chains. It might have only been 1. Yeah, you could have just left 1 in the... They got it. Wow, so Nobe taking it in the 2-0 over Moosemandude. And Nobe is also in love with Blitzler, as everyone who has seen it falls in love with that deck. Brackets ruined. Sorry, I couldn't fix it enough for you. Yours too. All the brackets going down. That's a tough call. I mean, Moosemandude is definitely a vet. Blitzler is classic deck, but some really interesting interplay between these two decks. And yeah, those are two very good games though. Man, two 2-0s though tonight. This is I guess that's JT, maybe you, Fudgenet, you'd probably know. Just, I feel like that's actually kind of more common in the top cuts, right? That a lot of them go 2-0s until you get to the finals, maybe. But man, two fantastic series. Both of these are so good. All the gambles. Some of the gambles were too fast. People were playing. They know what they're clicking. We don't get to see what they're clicking, so we're just like, what's happening over here? Oh, they gained Amber. Okay, I guess they guessed right. Yeah, good stuff. All right, so let's take a look now that we are officially done with matches for the night. So Nobe is going to go on to play B-Hawk, and then Fabulosing coming on to play me. That's going to be a tough one. That's all next week. So we still have JT and JDG, which JT just said they're probably going to play another night. And then Ian Yoink and Toot and Carnage. I don't know if you all have gotten yours sorted out yet, but be on the lookout for those. And then we do, I guess we do have, I should have looked at this before. I was trying to remember how many people were in the top cut total. This is a scary bracket. I feel like this would be a scary bracket if this was like Archon. The fact that it's adaptive, it's almost scarier. But yeah, lots of good players here. Should be a fun one. And we'll try to cover what we can. So be on the lookout for that. And let's see. I think we're playing Saturday afternoon. Okay. I will not be around Saturday afternoon to cover that, but hopefully someone else can pick that up. Yeah. Thanks again so much to all the players tonight for letting me stream. Those are fun games for sure. Yeah. I still just so many interesting things. And Blitzler just always makes for some fun games, but Nobe just really finding the outs there in both of those. So great job to both of them for making top cut, and we'll see Nobe next week in round 2. Thank you all so much for hanging out. This was a blast tonight. This was a lively chat, which you always love to see. Yeah, Keyforge community, it's always great. So I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks all again for hanging out. These will be up on YouTube pretty quick here, I think, so be on the lookout for those if you missed them. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time on Phlox'em. Bye-bye.